Okay, it's a time, my dear students, to start a new lesson. Good morning, everyone. And if you can hear me and see my screen properly, please raise your hand. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Khalid, Adam, Sami, Hamza, Firas, Hashim, Abdullah, Anas. Thank you all, my dear students. Now, kindly put your hands down. All students, kindly put your hands down so that we can start our lesson. Salim, Khalid, and Ahmed, please put your hands down. Okay, now let's start. Today, inshallah, my students, we are going to go on with Unit 6. Today, inshallah, we will have lesson 2, and today we will have grammar. Just to remind you that the title of Unit 6 is What's the matter? What is the matter? That means what is the problem? Okay, so let's start with the objectives. And we have Ahmed. Are you still there, Ahmed?
Yes, teacher.
Ahmed, today, inshallah, we are going to have 2 objectives. Okay, before you start, I'll read them at the beginning and then you will read. Okay. Today, my students, we will have 2 objectives. Objective number 1 is to identify or to learn the use of should and shouldn't. What is the meaning of should and what is the meaning of shouldn't? That is what we are going to learn today. So, objective number 1 is to identify the use of should and shouldn't for advice. For advice. And objective number 2 is to use should and shouldn't for advice. Okay, we will learn about them and then we will use them in sentences. Ahmed, if you are still there, please read objective number 1.
Objective number 1, to identify the use of should and shouldn't for advice.
Good
Number
job.
2,
Okay.
to use should and shouldn't for advice.
Awesome. Bravo, Ahmed. Good reading. So, students, let's start with this. At the beginning, we want to learn what is the meaning of should and what is the meaning of shouldn't. Let's start with should. Should used to say or ask what is the correct or best thing to do. Again, should is used to say or ask what is the correct or best thing to do. On the other side, shouldn't is used to say or ask what is the thing not good to do. For example, you should study your lessons. This is good. This is the best thing for you. So when I say to you or tell you that you should do something, this is the best thing to do for you. When I say to you, you shouldn't stay up too late, that means you have to go to bed. That means that thing is not good to do. Okay? So, when you use should, wait Ahmed, when we use should or shouldn't, you have to use the infinitive or the main verb after them. After, again, this is important. After should or shouldn't, we use the base form of verb, the infinitive form of the verb. For example, you should go, you shouldn't go. You should listen, you shouldn't listen, and so on. Okay, Ahmed, what is your question?
Teacher, should in Arabic is يجب.
Yeah, that is the meaning of should. Correct. Okay. Something that you have to do. Something that you have to do. Okay. That is important to do. So let's have an example. Look at this picture. Okay. We have got 2 students. They are doing their homework or they are studying. So this is a dialogue. Ahmed, if you are still there.
Yes, teacher.
Ahmed, you will act one of these students, okay? You will be A and I will be number B, okay? Let's have a dialogue. Let's have a dialogue. Go on, Ahmed.
I have an exam tomorrow.
Yeah, students, Ahmed has got an exam tomorrow. He says, I have an exam tomorrow. So I will give him advice. I will give Ahmed advice. I will tell him, so you should study for your exam. You should study for your exam. You should study, that means I am giving advice to Ahmed because when he studies for his exam, this is the best thing to do for him. Okay, this is called in English advice. Again, Ahmed, read.
I have an exam tomorrow.
So you should study for your exam. Bravo, Ahmed. Now let's have another one. Muhammad Badr, are you there, Muhammad? Adam,
Yes,
are you
yes.
there? This is Adam. Good morning, Adam.
Morning.
Look at this girl, Adam. She has got a toothache. She's got a toothache. Okay? So, look here. You will act like number A and I will do B. We will have a dialogue. We will have a dialogue. Go on, Adam.
I have a toothache.
So you should go to the dentist. You should go to the dentist. Students, Adam says he has got a toothache, and I'll give him advice and tell him that he should go to the dentist. I told him, you should. You should. You should means this is the best thing to do. You should go to the dentist. I can say you shouldn't eat too much sweets. You shouldn't eat too much sweets. Okay? So, bravo, Adam. Okay, students, now we learn what is the meaning of should and shouldn't, and we learned that we use should and shouldn't for advice. For what? For advice. Okay. Now, let's have more details about should and shouldn't. So, let's start with this. I have a question. When do we use should and shouldn't? Again, when do we use should and shouldn't? And the answer is we use should and shouldn't to say what is good and not good. What is good for you and what is not good for you. Okay? In other words, to give advice. We use should and shouldn't to give advice to other people. Okay? So, the question is again, I will choose Ghaith. Are you there, Ghaith?
Yeah.
Good morning, Ghaith.
Good morning.
Ghaith, the question again, when do we use should and shouldn't? Ghaith, you have got a
So I
problem
have
with
to
your...
read?
Yeah.
No. Ah. We use should and shouldn't to say what is good and not good for you. And in other words, to give advice.
To give advice, yeah. Let's go back to this. When the girl says, I have a toothache, I can use should for advice. This is good for her to go to the dentist. This is good for the girl to go to the dentist. I can say to her, you shouldn't eat too much sweets, and I tell her about what is not good for her. So we use should and shouldn't to say what is good and what is not good for you. That means in English to give advice. To give what? To give advice. Bravo. So look at the following example. We have got an old lady. we have got an old lady. She's in bed at hospital, okay, because she is ill. She is what? She is ill. And we give her advice. The doctor, look here, the doctor says advice to her. She tells her that you should stay in bed. You should stay in bed and get some rest. This is called in English advice. When you advise people, you tell them what is good to do and what is not good to do. Okay? So the doctor says you should stay in bed and get some rest. Let's have another example. Look here. We have got a boy. He is in bed because he feels sick or he is ill. Okay? His mother says to him, you shouldn't. Should and shouldn't is used to give advice. You shouldn't go to school today. You shouldn't go to school today. But the most important is when we use should and shouldn't, we use the infinitive of the verb. We use the infinitive verb, the base form of the verb. You should stay. You shouldn't go. Stay and go are infinitive. Are what? Infinitive. Somebody says, teacher, what is the meaning of infinitive? This is the main or the original verb without S, without ES, without ING, without ED. This is the base form of the verb. Okay? You should stay and you shouldn't go. Okay? Stay and go are the main verb. This is called in English the infinitive. Good. Now, students, I have got an exercise. Okay? This is a word wall exercise. In this exercise, we are going to practice the use of should and shouldn't. Again, now we are going to do an exercise using the word wall. In this exercise, we are going to learn more about the use of should and shouldn't. Let's do it. Okay, let's start. Students, note that we have got time. Look here to that man. He says, I am so tired. I am so tired. What is the advice you will give him? All students, you can turn on your microphone, but make sure that you are sitting in a quiet place. All students. Yeah, let's first. Okay, let's first give me a chance to read the choices. He says, I am so tired. The advice is you should see the doctor, you shouldn't eat hamburgers and chocolate, you should put on your sweater, you should take a Panadol pill, you should go to bed, you should go to the dentist, you should drink tea with honey.
You should go to the bed. You should
go to the bed.
You should go to
This one, you should go to bed. Note that we use the infinitive. You should go. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, this is the correct answer. Number 2. Look at this woman. She says, I've got a sore throat. I've got a sore throat. What is the advice you will give her? Students?
You should see the doctor.
Mr. Maybe you should drink tea with honey.
No, you should drink tea with honey.
You should drink tea with honey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody says you should take a Panadol pill, and somebody says you should see the doctor. Okay. Let's try this. You should drink tea with honey because sore throat is not dangerous. Sore throat is not dangerous. Okay. Let's try this. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is the correct answer. Yeah, good. Number 3 says, I am cold. I am very cold. What is the advice you will give him?
You should put on your sweater.
Yeah, he feels. Yeah, it's winter and it's cold. He says, I am cold or I am very cold, and the advice will be, you should put on your sweater. Absolutely correct. Bravo. Number 4, look at this woman. She has got a headache maybe, and she says, I feel sick. I feel sick. When you feel sick, what will you do? What is the advice you will give this woman?
Panadol. Take a Panadol. Panadol.
You should take a Panadol pill.
Panadol.
You should see the doctor. You should see the doctor.
But note that when you feel sick, this is not a headache. This is not headache. She feels sick. She feels sick. She says,
You should see the doctor.
You should take a Panadol.
See the doctor.
somebody listen. Somebody says you should take a Panadol. You take Panadol or aspirin when you feel a pain in your head or have got a headache. Okay, this is not headache. So I think the best answer is,
You should see the doctor.
let's try it. Yeah, let's try it. I'm not sure about. Yeah, this is the correct answer.
It's saying sick, not a headache.
Yeah, good.
Panadol.
Look here now. We have, she has got a headache. She says, I've got a headache. I've got a headache.
You should take a Panadol.
Pill.
Take a Panadol.
Good. Let's try it. Let's give it a try. Yeah, absolutely correct. Then look at this poor boy. He says, I have a toothache. I have got a toothache.
You
should
Again?
go to dentist.
You should
Yeah.
go
You should go to the dentist. You should go. Somebody says, wait, somebody says, teacher, I don't know what is the meaning of dentist. When you are sick, okay, you go to the doctor. But when you have got a problem with your teeth, okay, you have not go to the doctor, but you have go to the dentist. The dentist is a special doctor. The dentist is a special doctor who treats your teeth. So he says, I have a toothache, and the answer is you should go to the dentist.
Like there is also a special for the eyes. Special doctor for the eyes.
Yeah. The special doctor for the eyes is called, I think, ophthalmologist. I think that. Okay. So that boy, he is poor. He says, I've got a stomach ache. Stomach ache. I've got a stomach ache. What is the advice?
You shouldn't eat hamburger.
Shouldn't eat a hamburger and chocolate.
Yeah. The advice is you shouldn't eat hamburgers and chocolate. You shouldn't eat hamburgers and chocolate. This is the advice. That is what he shouldn't do. Okay? So this is the correct answer. Bravo, my students. You are perfect. Good. Now, students, let's go to the next part in our lesson today, which is a grammar. Let's have a quick review on the grammar or how to use should and shouldn't. Now, I have got a question. How do we write sentences using should and shouldn't? At the beginning, I told you that we use should and shouldn't for advice, okay? And the next rule was we use the infinitive after should and shouldn't. What is the infinitive? It's the main verb. Look here. Harry should eat. Not eats, not eating. Okay? Not ate. This is the original. This is the main verb. This is the base form of the verb. This is called infinitive. Okay? We use should for positive sentences. We use should for positive. Positive means affirmative. Again, positive and affirmative are the same. Harry should eat fruit and vegetables. This is positive. This is a positive sentence, a sentence in the affirmative. On the other side, shouldn't is used for negative sentences. Okay, when you do something, this is positive, and when you don't do it, this is negative. Sentence in positive, Harry should eat fruits and vegetables. This is advice. And for negative, Harry shouldn't eat junk food. What is the meaning of junk food? That means bad food or fast food. Okay? Remember, we use should when it's affirmative, and we use shouldn't when it's negative. Okay? And we learned about the positive and the negative, or affirmative or negative sentences. Note that we use all subjects with should and shouldn't. I should, you should, we should, they should, he should, she should, and it should. And the same for shouldn't. Okay? Then we use the main verb like eat, write, listen, drink, go, walk, and so on. And then the sentence completion. Okay? Now, let's have a practice. All students, get ready. You are going to write in the chat box. All students, again, get ready. You are going to write in the chat box. Write what? This woman always eats junk or fast food, like hamburgers, cola, chips, and so on. Okay? This is not good. This is fast food. This is bad for health. Give this woman advice. Advice for what or why? Because she's eating too much fast food. Look here, no fruits, no vegetables, nothing. But she's eating chips. This is not good. She's drinking cola. It's not good. She's eating or having hamburgers. This is not good. So I want you all, my students, to give this woman advice. Why? Because she's eating too much fast food. Remember to use should and shouldn't. This is important. We use should and shouldn't when you give advice to others. Write a simple sentence for this woman, give her advice, and use should and shouldn't. I will give you only 1 minute or a minute and a half. Okay? Let's start and go on. Write in the chat box, and I am waiting. I have got a model answer, and I will choose one of you. Let's choose and pick one of you. Last time we ended with Ghaith. Now, time for Hashim Naji. Are you there, Hashim? Hashim?
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Hashim. Hashim, now I have got a sample or a model answer for this advice. Students, remember, we are giving advice to a woman because she's eating too much fast food, and now Hashim is going to give her advice using should and shouldn't. Hashim, what is advice number 1 you will give to this woman?
You shouldn't eat much fast food. It's bad for your heart.
Yeah, excellent. And what is advice number 2?
You should eat healthy food.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat fast food and you should eat healthy food instead. Okay, this is good for your heart and for your health. Bravo, Hashim, good reading. I'm proud of you. Now, students, I have got another exercise. Look here. Fill in the blank with should or shouldn't. I think this is easy for you now. I have got 5 sentences. Again, I have got 5 sentences. I am going to read them first, and you then get ready to use should and shouldn't to fill in these spaces. Listen carefully. Number 1. The weather is cold today. It's cold out. The weather is cold today. You want to wear a jacket. You should or shouldn't, I don't know. 2. She's always tired. She won't stay up late. She's always tired. She won't stay up late. 3. Honest students. H at the beginning in this word is said like honest. Honest, not honest. Some students miss this word and say honest with a sound. No, honest. This is important. Again, honest. Okay? Honesty means a good boy, loyal, and so on. Honest students what? Copy others' work. Honest students should or shouldn't copy others' work. Guess. 4. Harry has got a toothache. He won't visit the dentist as soon as possible. As soon as possible. 5, and the last one. You what? Exercise for at least 30 minutes a day. You what? Exercise for at least 30 minutes a day. Exercise here means to do some sports. To do some sports like running, walking every day, and so on. Okay, other types of sports. That means exercise. Now, students, I will give you only 1 minute and then start to find the correct answer. If you have got a problem in your microphone, you can write in the chat box. Again, if you have got a problem with your microphone or wouldn't like to participate using it, you can write in the chat box.
Can I answer, teacher?
It will be open to all the class, but who is speaking?
Abdullah Muhammad Al-Arabi.
Abdullah, let's do number 1 and then all students will help us find the correct answer. Let's start, Abdullah, with number 1.
The weather is cold today. You should wear a jacket.
Yeah, it's cold outside and it's important to wear a jacket. So Abdullah says you should. This is advice. You are going out, you are putting only a t-shirt. Your mom says, hey Abdullah, you should wear a jacket. It's cold outside. Bravo, Abdullah. So all students, now get ready, help me find the correct answers for the rest of these 5 sentences. Let's go to number 2. All students, turn on your microphone. You can participate now. 2. She's always tired. She's always tired. She won't stay up late.
Shouldn't.
She shouldn't stay up late. Oh yeah, some students stay up late at night watching some films, movies, or playing online games, and in the morning they feel tired and can't go to school. So the advice is she's always tired. She shouldn't stay up late. Number 3, honest students copy others' work.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, good. 4, Harry has got a toothache. Harry has got a toothache. He won't visit the dentist as soon as possible.
Should.
Yeah, should. Sometimes we see a short form for as soon as possible as ASAP. The same. As soon as possible. Sometimes we see it as
Should.
Wait. Sometimes we see a short form for as soon as possible like ASAP. The last one is you want exercise for at least 30 minutes a day.
Should.
Yeah. When you say you should, you give advice. Advice for people who are lazy and don't do exercise or walk a day every day. The advice is you should exercise for at least 30 minutes a day. Bravo, students. Now let's go to another type of exercise. It's reading. Read the following sentences. I have got here 4 sentences. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Read the following sentences and match the number of the sentence with the correct picture. We have 4 sentences and we have got 4 pictures. I will read the sentences and the students get ready, try to find the correct picture that goes with the sentence. Okay, get ready. Don't answer until I finish. I will read the 4 sentences first. 1. My knee. Look here, we don't pronounce the letter K at the beginning of words when you have N that follow K. Okay, my knee. What is the meaning of knee? This part of your leg is your knee. Okay, does somebody know what is the meaning of knee in Arabic? Students?
اركب.
Yeah, Mr. ركبة.
Yeah, right. You got the correct meaning. This, yeah. Absolutely correct, right? This is the meaning of knee in Arabic. My knee hurts me. My knee hurts me. I think I should stop playing football for a few days. He has got a problem with his knee and the advice is you should stop playing football for a few days. Number 2, Mary has stomach ache. Okay, a stomach ache. I think this is here is a mistake. Mary has got a stomach ache. She should drink some tea. She should drink some tea. 3, I poke my eyes with my fingers by mistake. I poke my eyes with my fingers by mistake. I should see the eye doctor. I should see the eye doctor. Or I think the eye doctor is called ophthalmologist. Okay, not sure about that, but I think the eye doctor is called ophthalmologist. Okay, let's check it after the lesson, inshallah. 4, Ahmed fainted. Ahmed fainted. He should be taken to the emergency room now. Sometimes it happens at school, some students got fainted and we take them or got them to the emergency room. Okay, now students, I will choose and pick one of you to read the sentence and the rest of the class will find or tell the correct picture. Adam, are you still there, Adam? Adam or Ahmed? And Khalid also. Are you there, Khalid, Ahmed?
With me.
Okay, Khalid, good morning.
Good morning.
Khalid, you will read the sentences one by one, and the rest of the class, your colleagues will tell what is the correct picture. Are you ready, Khalid?
Yes, teacher.
Students, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Khalid, go on with number 1.
My knee hurts me. I think I should stop playing football for a few days.
Awesome, good. Students?
Yeah.
Picture number 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Picture number 2.
Two.
Picture number 2, yeah. So picture number 2 matches or goes with number 1. Bravo. Number 2, Khalid, go on.
Mary has a stomachache. She should drink some tea.
Bravo.
4.
Students?
4.
4. Yeah, this is picture number 4. This woman has got a stomach ache and the advice is you should drink some tea with honey, you should see a doctor, you should, and so on. 3, Khalid, go on.
I poke my eyes with my fingers by mistake. I should see the eye doctor.
Students?
Picture number 1. Picture number 1.
Excellent. Bravo.
Picture number 1.
Khalid, the last one.
Ahmed fainted. He should be taken to the emergency room now.
Yeah, emergency room now,
Number 3.
students. Yeah, number 3.
Number 3.
Let's check your answers. Look here, that poor man poked his eyes and he should see the eye doctor, okay, because now he has got a problem with his eye. And picture number 2 goes with sentence number 1. My knee hurts me, I think I should stop playing football for a few days. And picture number 4 goes with sentence number 3. With sentence number 4, Ahmed fainted. He should be taken to the emergency room now. And the last picture, which is 4, will go with sentence number 2. Mary has got a stomach ache. She should drink some tea. Bravo, students. I'm proud of you all. Now, students, it's a time for writing. This will be the last activity today, okay? Now I will check if you got the message of our lesson today or not. Now I am going to see if you understood our lesson today about should or shouldn't, okay? Now write a sentence using should or shouldn't. Don't use must. Today we are talking about only should and shouldn't. Write a sentence using should or shouldn't for each picture. We have got 3 pictures. Choose only one. Don't write 3 sentences because we are out of time. Choose only one and write your sentence in the chat box. Remember, try to make your sentence at least from 8 to 9 or 10 words. Okay? Now, give advice. You should or shouldn't to these poor men. Okay, choose anyone. I will give you only 2 minutes. Okay, write in the chat box. Time starts.
So I have to write in the chat?
Yeah, write in the chat box. Write only one sentence, at least from 8 to 10 words. Use should and shouldn't, and give advice. Choose only one. We have Muhammad. Students, write you the number of the sentence. Okay. Yes. Khalid says yesterday I went to see the doctor and he told me I shouldn't spend too much time on the phone. On the phone for what? Khalid, can you turn on your microphone?
Oh, number 1. Teacher.
This is number 1. Yeah, because he has got a problem with his eye. Bravo, Khalid, good idea. Yesterday I got it. Yesterday I went to see the doctor and he told me I shouldn't spend too much time on the phone. Excellent, awesome answer. Bravo, Khalid. Hamza says, students, look here. Khalid started with a capital letter. He put a full stop at the end and he used the infinitive verb after shouldn't. He said shouldn't spend. Bravo, Khalid. No one mistake. Good. Hamza, this is Ahmed or Abdullah?
Ahmed.
Okay, Ahmed, what is your question? Go on.
Okay, can I see?
The pictures?
Yes.
Okay, this boy has got a problem with his eye, and this maybe has got a problem with teeth. Okay, this is a dentist, and this woman has got a problem with his back. She has got a backache. Okay, let's go to the chat box again. Talal says, Hamza says you should eat medical. What medical? What? And we don't eat medical. Okay. It doesn't make sense, Hamza, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Hamza, your sentence doesn't make sense. Talal Bashar says you should visit a doctor to have your eye checked. Yeah, good. Have your eye checked? This is a grammatically and a fantastic sentence. Wow. Abdurrahman says you should rest your back and you should relax. Bravo, Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, start your sentence with a capital letter. Salim, you should, again, Salim, don't use short forms of words. You, Y, O, U. You should wear glasses. Glasses not like this. Okay, glasses like that. Glasses, G-L-A-S-S-E-S. This is glasses. Okay, Salim. Okay, Muhammad says, Muhammad wrote about picture 3. You should rest your back and you should relax. Bravo, students. Bravo. Now, students, I have got a model answer. Okay, I will read them at the beginning and then I will choose and pick one of you to read again. Get ready. Number 1. I have sore eyes. A problem with my eye. I have sore eyes. The eye doctor or the ophthalmologist said I should avoid watching the TV for 2 days. Okay, this is good punishment. Number 2, that the dentist said I shouldn't eat sweets. I should brush my teeth 3 times a day. And the last one, my mother has a backache. She should rest in bed. Now, students, I will lower all hands. To be fair, I will lower all hands, but please, if you are ready and can read correctly, raise your hand. Okay? Students, if you would like to read, no, if you would like to read, raise your hand. The first one is Khalid again. Okay, Khalid. Good luck. Khalid, number 1.
Yes, teacher.
Khalid, go on. Read number 1.
I have sore eyes. The eye doctor said I should avoid watching TV for 2 days.
Avoid means something you shouldn't do. Okay, something you shouldn't do. Avoid watching TV means don't watch TV. Okay, so number 2, Khalid.
The dentist said I shouldn't eat sweets. I should brush my teeth 3 times a day.
Bravo. The last one is Khalid, go on.
My mother has a backache. She should rest in bed.
Yeah, excellent, Khalid. And this is the best ending for our lesson today with Khalid's wow reading. This is the end of the lesson. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Have a nice time and goodbye.
Goodbye, teacher.
إن أعجبك الفيديو لا تنسى الإعجاب والاشتراك في القناة.